Association Nissan Boys Volleyball State Championship. Proudly sponsored by Nissan Hawaii, Shift. Citibank, it's worth it to switch. And by Meadow Gold Dairies, Hawaii's Dairy. In tonight's championship match, it's the Pearl City Chargers against the Warriors of Kamehameha. And good evening, sports fans. I'm Brooks Bear, along with my broadcast partner, Chris McLaughlin. And Chris, I'm extra excited about this showdown tonight. It is classic OIA against ILH. Kamehameha, the #1 seed out of the ILH, representing a league that has just dominated the volleyball landscape in Hawaii. 22 straight boys championships for the ILH tonight. The Chargers out of the OIA, the #2 seed, they have a chance to end that impressive streak.
You're right, Brooks. This is a classic David versus Goliath. You should have seen this place last night. Reed Shigemasa, the Charger coach, really had his team fired up and beat a very good Iolani team, the only team to defeat Kamehameha this year. And oh, was it a battle. It was, the center here was rocking, and Campbell and Mililani, the other two teams that are in the tournament from the OIA, were cheering and leading orchestrated cheers for Pearl City. It was really fun. They should be here again tonight.
A terrific atmosphere. Now, I know you know a little something about volleyball. This man right here has 11 state championships to his credit at Punahou. So let's hear your keys to tonight's match.
Well, we have Nissan sponsoring the keys tonight. Let's take a look at the Nissan keys to this match. Well, for Pearl City, it's the fear factor. Last night, they dug so many balls, they were fearless. Secondly, the adrenaline injection. Will Campbell and Mililani show up again tonight and lead this crowd to an all Pearl City crowd? I think they will. And Michael Hardy and Michael Adams, the two middle blockers for Pearl City, told me that it did make a difference in last night's match. And for Kamehameha, utilize size. They can put up a big block, Brooks. They can go 6'6", 6'5", 6'3" across the front. That should pose problems for Pearl City. And finally, defend against 7. Will Kamehameha manage to fight off this crowd here at Afuk Chinen? And will they be able to fight off the adrenaline of this Pearl City team?
Well, I know one thing for sure. It is going to be a lot of fun tonight right here on OC16. The teams have hit the floor. They're warming up. When we come back, we'll continue to set the table for tonight's state championship showdown. Kamehameha against Pearl City on OC16. The Hawaii Sports Network welcomes you back to the Afuk Chinen Civic Auditorium in Hilo on the Big Island. We're getting set for the Boys State Volleyball Championship. Kamehameha looking for its 4th ever state crown. Pearl City looking for its 1st ever title. The Chargers tonight representing not only Pearl City but the entire OIA. And as a matter of fact, Chris, it's been a long time since a public school has won a state championship.
1979, 23 years ago, Roosevelt High School.
Roosevelt High School it was. Will it be Pearl City tonight? We'll be back with the national anthem and lineups in a moment. Business to attend to, and for that, let's throw it across the floor to tonight's public address announcer, Stuart Matsuname.
Good evening, volleyball fans, and welcome to the Afuk Chinen Civic Auditorium and the 2002 Nissan Boys State Volleyball Championships. At this time, would you please rise and remove your caps as we honor America? Here to sing the national anthem and Hawaii Pono'i is Waikea High School senior Dylan Morris.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallant faintly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave. Hawaii ponoi nanai komoi kalani ali'i ke ali'i makualani e kamehameha e na kawa e pale me kahie makualani e kamehameha e na kawa e pale me kahie.
Introducing the roster for the Pearl City Chargers, the OIA Championship. Number 1, Wyatt Hugh. Number 2, Garrett Matutino. Number 3, Corey Tavares. Number 6, Travis Korenaga. Number 8, Shane Lum. Number 14, Michael Hardy. The starting lineup for Pearl City, defensive specialist, a 5'6" junior, number 4, Tyson Takiguchi. At setter, a 5'10" senior, number 7, Christopher Kaneko. At middle blocker, a 6'2" senior, number 11, Michael Adams. At opposite, a 6'2" senior, number 12, Jonathan Charette. At outside hitter, a 6-foot senior, number 13, Ellsworth Ka'ana'ana. And at outside hitter, a 6'1" senior, number 15, Kapena Wong. Head coach for the Chargers, Mr. Reed Shigemasa. Now introducing the ILH champion, Kamehameha Warriors. Number 4, Bronson Olaso. Number 10, Corey Matsukado. Number 13, William Melemai. Number 14, Casey Brady. Number 23, Ioane Spencer. Number 24, Radford Hepa. And now the starting lineup for the Warriors. At outside hitter, a 6'3" senior, number 3, Isaac Newbo. At middle blocker, a 6'2" sophomore, number 12, Ernest Vindiha. At defensive specialist, a 5'10" senior, number 15, Kapena Kimbo. At outside hitter, a 6'2" junior, number 20, Adam Tuifangu. At setter, a 5'11" junior, number 21, Ainoa Miyashiro. And an outside hitter, a 6'3" senior, number 22, Jarrett Day. Head coach for the Warriors, Mr. Pono Ma'a.
And our thanks to public address announcer Stuart Matsuname for presiding over Hawaii Pono'i, the national anthem, and handling our player introductions. We've got a pretty boisterous crowd here tonight, Chris, and they'll be interested to see who they're all behind. I have seen a big Kamehameha contingent. That school travels well, but I've been told by several people here that this is a public school town, and there's going to be a lot of support for the Chargers tonight.
No question about it, Brooks. And I think the Kamehameha cheerleader cheering you here is from the new school that's just opened up in KAM. And I think there's some students shipped down for that one, and they're here to cheer on the Warriors, even though they're the Warriors from Honolulu.
Wonderful the way Kamehameha is branching out into the islands and providing more opportunities for Hawaii Keiki. I'd like to tell you about the only losses. Both of these teams come in with only one loss. Kamehameha was beaten earlier in the season by Iolani, a team that the Pearl City Chargers knocked out last night. Chris, we'll talk more about that exciting match as the evening goes on. Pearl City's only loss, well, it was a technical loss. It came at the first match of the year because one of their players, John Charette, transferred in from California. They had not finished all the transcripts and all the paperwork. They actually went out, played Wailua, and won that match, but lost on paper later on, had to forfeit it. Here's a spike fact.
Kamehameha's won 3 state championships, whereas this is Pearl City's first appearance. I talked to Reed Shigemasa last night. He said he's been coaching for 9 years. He's been to the States 9 times and never gotten past the semifinals. Best he ever got was 3rd. Tonight he's guaranteed at least a 2nd.
The setter serves it up. Jordan Miyashiro. Pearl City immediately goes right side to Ka'ana'ana. And that is a side out for the Chargers from Pearl City, trying to light a fire early and get this crowd behind them. 0-0, the state championship match brought to you by Nissan and the Hawaii Sports Network, just underway here on OC16.
Important to see if the Chargers get out early, Brooks. That's how they beat Iolani last night, with jump serves down the line, just like that.
Ka'ana'ana rips a serve. Kamehameha handles. They set to the back row, but we've got a hit that's not clean, a double hit, so it's point, and Pearl City draws first blood here in Hilo.
This is almost a rerun of last night against Iolani when the Chargers jumped out to a 5-0 lead, then 8-1, 9-2.
Kalei Ka'ana'ana, one of 3 guys here on this team, Chris, who has a green light to rip it, and there's an ace for Ka'ana'ana.
Oh, you could barely see that, a microscopic cable touch.
It touched the tape, did it? A side out then to Kamehameha. No point for the Chargers. And Kamehameha gets the serve back. And here comes a guy that I've heard so much about. Can't wait to see him tonight. Isaac Newble had 13 kills in last night's semifinal match against Kealakehi. Miyashiro sets it left side, but the block is there. A big-time block by Adams and company for Pearl City.
Adam Tuifungu, one of the go-to guys for Kamehameha, gets blocked right off the bat. I was really impressed with Pearl City's block last night. Despite being a little undersized, they managed to get the job done. They're great leapers.
Checking into the contest, Michael Hardy for Pearl City. I love the hair. Anyone who's got hair like that is immediately on my all-tournament team without even seeing him. He doesn't even have to get out on the floor.
He can play, let me tell you, he can play.
Hugh with the serve. Here comes Kamehameha. They try the left side this time. It's Tuifungu. And Tuifungu, with his first swing of the night, picks up.
Second swing. First swing, he got blocked.
Picks up a kill. And a side out back to the Warriors. Vidina with the serve. Pearl City handles no problem. There's the set from Kaneko, blocked up at the net by Kamehameha. This time the quick back set to Hardy. Hardy dinks one over, no problem for the Warriors. They go high off the block and out of bounds. That'll be a point for Kamehameha. So we're tied 1-1 in game one.
Well, it's the guy they call J-Day, local boy from Hilo, Jarrett Day, 6'3" senior, whose brother, by the way, Josh, is playing for USC right now. He just tooled the block there with a very low, quick set.
Ernest Vidina out of Pearl City, by the way, playing against the guys from his own neighborhood. And the guys from his own neighborhood set it right side. Is that Charette lowering the boom over there?
Yes.
Woo!
His coach calls him consistent, aggressive, and intelligent as a hitter.
And last night he was, you could call him dynamite. He was explosive, 20 kills and eliminating an Iolani, a team that a lot of people had going into this championship. Iolani serves it up, Warriors set right side. And it is a side out. Picking up the kill that time is Jarrett Day, who is from Hilo.
The only guy to not wave to the crowd during warm-ups. I think he was sending a message that he was getting focused. He was serious about tonight's match. He was not going to take Pearl City lightly.
I know Bob Knight doesn't want to hear it, but he's got his game face on, doesn't he? Day serves it up, and Kamehameha sets up a wall. Point Warriors 2-1. And that is Big Billy Melemai.
That is a big block. Melemai at 6'6".
Well, actually, Melemai was next to him. It wasn't Melemai going up that time. It was Tuifungu. And that serve clips the net side out to Pearl City.
Tuifungu, known as the Keiki Kahu of the team. He is the youth devotion leader in place of Kurt Kekuna. They say, the boys said to say, shouts out to Kurt Kekuna, their pastor who normally does devotions for the team. He's watching tonight.
Kapanawong serving it up for Pearl City. Ball still alive. Warriors have it. Miyashiro with the set right in the middle to Melemai, and Melemai is stuffed. It's the man with the hair, Hardy. You know, Chris, one of the first things that catches your eye when you look out here, Kamehameha has the size in this match.
No question, 6'6", 6'5", 6'3", but I'll tell you, Pearl City has the jumpers. They've got guys that are 6'2" that play like they're 6'6".
Kapanawong serve goes cross court, cuts it too much out of bounds, side out back to Kamehameha. This one tied early at 2, and boy, these two teams seeded 1 and 2, each team with only a loss this year. This could be a long night of really hot, exciting volleyball. Here comes Pearl City. Back row shot that time by Charette, dug up by the Warriors. They set left side, and that one goes down the line for a kill. It's Newble.
There's the go-to guy. The player of the year in the state championship last year was Isaac Newble, and he is absolute money on the outside. He's got 25 kills in this tournament so far. He averages about 6 kills a game.
Tuifungu with the serve. Here comes Pearl City. The set, and right down with the kill goes Hardy. And Hardy's making an impact here, whether it's blocking or swinging that arm.
You know what's amazing about Hardy is it's only his second year of playing volleyball. He's normally a basketball player, but he's picked up this sport quite handily, thank you very much.
Yeah, a couple guys on that Pearl City team are just in their second year. Talking to Michael Adams before this match, and Adams said, hey, I'm a converted basketball player. I can't believe I'm playing for a state championship in just 2 years of playing volleyball. Here come the Warriors off the Pearl City serve, and that ball is in. It catches the back row, and Day with a kill, a looping kill.
This is local boy good luck, I'll tell you. The boy, young man from Hilo, absolutely whiffed that shot. and it somehow found the court.
Home court advantage. Melemai now with the serve, a flat-footed serve that hits the net on the way over, side out. Back to Pearl City. It's 3-2. Kamehameha with the early edge in game 1 of this Nissan Boys State Volleyball Championship.
Here comes Kapena Kimball into the game. He's from Molokai. His parents are here from Molokai, Ronnie and Cami, watching the contest.
Serve thrown up there by the setter, Chris Kaneko. Kamehameha sets right side. Day. Big time kill. A blistering shot by Jared Day.
Jared off to a fast start. 4 kills already here in game number 1 as you see him connect from the back row. That's called the D set when they hit that out of the back row behind the 3-meter line.
Miyashiro. Nice serve. Here's the set by Kaneko. A push shot. Just knocking the ball over is Ka'ana. That sets up Day. Right side. He goes cross court. Ball popped up in the air. And Pearl City will play it over. Free chance now for the Warriors. Can they capitalize? Miyashiro sets left side. Ball too close to the net. Too close to the net and out of bounds it goes. Last touch by Kamehameha.
Nubel looking for an arm there. Couldn't find it. Denise Hansen made a good call there, I think. I don't think Jarrett caught any part of the block that time.
I think Pearl City's got to be pleased with what's going on so far, because here's a team that has never been in a state championship match. Heck, the Warriors and Kamehameha have been to the last 6 championship matches, and Chris, they're the defending state champions. So experience-wise and the nerves, everything there goes to Kamehameha.
They have a big edge, no question, in the confidence category, but certainly Pearl City, I don't think playing with much jitters right now. They're playing pretty confident themselves.
Nubel with the serve, the set to Adams, and Adams knocks one down side out to the Chargers. A little hop in his step after that swing. Adams will check out. Hardy comes back in.
Michael Adams, the converted basketball player, has been put together by a trainer this year, a guy named Colin, who's kept him alive the whole year. He's had bad knees, he's had bad ankles. There he is right there, and he says, shouts out to Colin, the trainer, for keeping him together.
He gives big kudos to Campbell players, Mililani players, guys from the OIA who are really here supporting him. Last night, he said, hey, if it weren't for those guys cheering us on, we probably would not have been able to beat Iolani. And there is a side out back to Kamehameha on the swing that goes long and out of bounds. So back to serve for the Warriors goes Vidina.
Good time to put it wall just a little bit wide, trying to, I think, avoid that big Kamehameha block.
Good pass that time to the setter, Kaneko. Miyashiro back set, it's Day. Day fires off the block, blocked but out of bounds. A point for Kamehameha. That'll make it 4-2.
Jared Day averages about 3 kills a game. Right now, he's up to 5 for this particular game alone. So he's having a night in one game.
That serve by Medina goes long and out of bounds, side out back to Pearl City. 4-2 our score. Thanks for joining us here on 016. And our thanks go out not only to the folks of the Hawaii Sports Network, but the state coordinator for volleyball, Neil Takamori, and the executive director of the Hawaii High School Athletic Association, Keith Amemio. Big mahalo to everybody. Oh, big block that time up at the net, but ball still in play. Wong putting up a solid wall. Now Pearl City with an opportunity. Kaneko back set, a rip off the block and out of bounds. That time it's Charette.
Oh my, Charette coming flying out of the back row. He's got about a 40-inch vertical, by the way, Michael Jordan type numbers. He really gets up. That time he connects and hits it off the block, picks up his 3rd kill.
John Charette, that serve. Is it long? It is long and out of bounds. Just long, inches long and out of bounds. Side out back to Kamehameha. A tight one here, 4-3 in game number 1. You see Ponoma'a there, former University of Hawaii standout, and was a terrific player on the professional beach circuit for years.
He can do it all. Had a great career at UH as an All-American. Played the days of Allen Allen.
Day with the serve, a high pass up to Kaneko. Kaneko sets Hardy. Hardy is dug. Here comes Kamehameha. Out of the back row, a big swing, but the Warriors are there. Boy, that was a big hit by Nubel, but credit Pearl City for keeping it alive. Nubel gets another shot, back row pipe shot, off the net, popped up in the air. Here's the back set by Kaneko. Kaneko this time connects. Is that Charette?
Charette once again getting the job done out of the back row. He said one of the problems he's had in adjusting to his position this year has been connecting with the setter Kaneko. Every game, though, they seem to get better and better with each other, better chemistry.
Kapena Wong, cross-court serve, just over the net. I thought it might have touched, it did not. Here's a pipe shot out of the back row and another kill for Newble, and you're getting the idea that Isaac Newble loves to come right up the pipe out of the back row and get that big arm swing in. He's got some hops.
A new tool for the Warriors tonight. Last night against Kamehameha, I don't think Newble hit hardly any shots out of the back row. Tonight, I think Ponoma is thinking we got to use Big Ike as much as possible.
Adam Tuifungu with the serve, and an overpass comes to Melemai, and he knocks it back down. Point for the Warriors. They'll take a 2-point lead at 5-3.
They call him Big Willie, and he is big at 6'6". He takes up a lot of space. A great basketball player as well. Volleyball, his second love.
Tuifungu with the serve. Kaneko sets left side, and that ball is long and out of bounds. Too big a rip that time by Ka'ana'ana.
Averaging 3.2 kills a game in this state tournament. Maybe their best passer, hitting 190 for the tournament though.
Tuifungu with the serve. And a little dump shot that is dug nicely. Kept alive by Vidina for Kamehameha Warriors with the ball. Another dump shot, that time Miyashiro for Kamehameha. Pearl City handles it. And Hardy with a big time.
Wow, Hardy really got up that time.
And he's just a wisp of a guy, but look at the power he puts behind that shot.
And a great jump set by Kaneko that time, whose father Scott, I'm sure, is watching. He's the golf pro at White Kelly.
Tyson Takiguchi into the ballgame to serve it up for the Warriors. A knuckleball serve that Kamehameha handles. They set it left side. Newble is dug up. Chargers on the attack, that is, and Ka'ana'ana knocking one long and out of bounds. So they're finding him on the left side. He's just got to get his trajectory down a little bit. Got to get over that ball. Get over top of it. Keep it in play. Willie Melemai for Kamehameha. Flat-footed serve. Top spin on that one. Kaneko back set. And out of the back row for a kill comes John Charette. He can make a living over there.
His fourth kill right now. Charette said to me before the game, you know, one of the reasons I moved to Hawaii was to rediscover my Hawaiian roots. He's been living in California most of his life, going to Fullerton High School. I said he also wants to go to the University of Hawaii, so maybe Mike Wilton's watching right now. This guy can play. Reminds me a little of Yuval.
Well, that would be a good thing. You're talking Yuval Kotz right there as Kamehameha earns the side out. Let's talk about Charette for a moment, because he was at at a high school that did not have a volleyball program. His mom wanted to give him that opportunity, so he now lives with his aunt in Pearl City.
That's right. And what he did was he played club volleyball in the off season, but didn't play any high school volleyball, as you said, Brooks.
Pearl City sets the ball right side, and it's a block. Ka'ana'ana is roofed, and you hear the roof chants coming out of this loud crowd. Boy, they make a lot of noise here for a place that doesn't really have room for thousands and thousands.
Isaac Newble proving that he can do it, not only spiking, but a great blocker as well.
Miyashiro with the serve. Nice pass by Charette. They reward him by setting the ball back to him left side, and Charette picks up a kill. Is that number 5? Whew! He's on it. He's got it going. And here's one reason he may be fired up. Mom has made the trip from California. She is here. His grandparents are here. The stage is his. Ka'ana'ana, jump serve, left side. A lot of top spin on that one. Miyashiro with the set. And it's a dandy right in the wheelhouse of Vidina. Kamehameha, side out.
Willie Melemai, or Vidina will get, no, that was Willie Melemai. That was, no, you're right, it was Vidina that got up and hit that one, but I know Miyashiro was the one who really, I think, made that play. The pass was too close to the net. He went up, set it with one hand almost perfectly. You know, he comes from a great volleyball family. His mom's Joey Miyashiro, and his sister Tamari played for Kalani. She was player of the year in the OIA. And he's got all sorts of volleyball players and volleyball blood running through his veins.
Isaac Newble back to serve. He led the Warriors in their first matches here in the state tournament. 11 kills in defeating Ka'u in the quarterfinals on Thursday, and then against KLK he had 13 kills just last night. I jinxed him, however. He knocks that serve into the net. Side out to Pearl City. Into the game comes Hardy. Out of the game goes Takiguchi, and back to serve is Adams, Michael Adams, 6'2" senior, big middle blocker, 8 kills against Waiakea in the quarterfinals. And that ball drops in.
Kapena Kimball, who doesn't pass very much. He's probably the most athletic defensive specialist on the team, but he doesn't pass the ball very much. That time he did pass it, shanked it over the net, and gets a kill for it.
Sometimes it's your night. And so far it has been Kamehameha's night. They lead game number 1 here in the state championship, 7-3. Warriors on the attack, Hardy! And he's sure found his slot. Oh no, they're calling it out. They're calling it out and giving a point to the Warriors. And we have a timeout on the floor. Kamehameha on top of Pearl City, 8-3. You're watching the Nissan Boys State Volleyball Championship, courtesy of the Hawaii Sports Network and OC 16. Hawaii Sports Network teaming up to bring you some pretty exciting volleyball action. So far it is Kamehameha in this Boys State Championship on top of Pearl City, 8-3. I'm Brooks Bear along with Mr. Volleyball in the Islands, Chris McLaughlin. You get a new title every night, don't you?
Call me whatever you want. How about Kamehameha's hitting so far? They're hitting .434 to Pearl City's .120. It's kind of like a baseball batting average, by the way. Hit 300, they're hitting pretty good, but Kamehameha hitting .434. That's phenomenal. Only 2 hitting errors so far. Pearl City with 6 errors. Maybe a little tighter are the Chargers right now.
Ernie Vedina with the serve. Chargers on the attack. They set left side. That's Wong. He rips one. Was there a touch? Yes. So it's a side out to Pearl City as Wong picks up a kill. Hey, while we have this opportunity, we have a couple other state championships just completed, the boys and girls cross country and the bowling championships. And it was Kailua winning the boys state bowling championship and Pearl City taking the gals team title. We'll tell you about individual winners a little later on. And we'll get into the cross country just a bit. Pearl City is taking advantage of the overpass is Hardy.
What a smart play by Hardy. He got up way too early. Had he tried to hit it straight down, it would have gone right in the middle of the net. So he took a little bit off it and placed it to an open part of the court. Very smart play by Michael Hardy.
And the smile on his face is really what this is all about. And especially guys like Mike Hardy, who probably didn't think that he would be here at this point. Pearl City having never reached the state championship before, but they are riding a wave of confidence right now. Matter of fact, in talking to Pearl City head coach Reed Shigimasa, he said one of his guys described this match as dynasty against destiny. Pearl City being obviously the team of destiny, and Kamehameha having been in 6 state championship matches in a row, they are the team that has been a dynasty.
That's a great way to put it. As you see Denise Hansen, our head referee tonight.
And our referees, the upper referee Denise Hansen, Darren Chun here down on the floor. Wong with the serve, he goes cross court, no problem. Miyashiro with a quick set inside. That is Melemai.
Big Willie, they call him. And the coaching staff is forever grateful to Melemai for taking on the sophomores and teaching them the way. Here's the road to the final. Kamehameha defeating Ka'u 2-0 and defeating Kealakahe last night 2-0. And Pearl City defeating Waikea 2-0. And then last night, the major upset beating Iolani 2-1. Oh, what a match that was.
That was a marathon, almost a 2-hour deal.
And it was. I think we were out of here around 11 o'clock last night. It was a good one.
And Iolani, that very, very good team, of course, with Mr. Basketball in Hawaii, Derek Lowe, leading that team. What a terrific athlete he is. As we see Pearl City serve it up, Kamehameha goes left side. Ball is tooled off the block and out of bounds. Side outs to Kamehameha. 8-4 your score here. Warriors on top of the Chargers very early on. Game 1 of this Nissan Boys State Volleyball Championship. Melemai with the serve. Pearl City left side. Big swing by Ka'ana'ana, dug up by the Warriors. There's a set from Tuifangu. And Tuifangu will try it again left side to Nubel. Dug. But an overpass. And another overpass. Long rally, couple sloppy passes. Ka'ana'ana for Pearl City. Dug up now. Warriors left side to Nubel. And this is the longest rally we've had so far in game number 1. Miyashiro back set. Day from the right side with a laser.
Jarrett Day, the Terminator, 6 kills tonight. No errors. What a night he is having.
Now let me see, I didn't take too many math classes, but I think that's a pretty good hitting percentage right there.
Yeah, it is.
Swing inside by Adams, dug by the Warriors, but they hit it long. And out of bounds. Side out back to Pearl City, 9-4 on the scoreboard here at the Foot Shinen Civic Auditorium. Coming to you live from Hilo. That ball may have been floating long and out of bounds. Couldn't take the chance, had to play it. Now Newble, nice dig there by Wong. And the set goes to Kamehameha. Nice dink shot, dug sharply by Day. Back row hit by Tui Fangu. And Tui Fangu picks up a back row kill.
There's a guy that's got to be happy. He's another hometown boy who's missed 8 weeks of this year with a variety of maladies, including a concussion, jumper's knee, a bad ankle, and a seizure. Other than that, he's doing fine. Just got the last kill.
The seizure stuff, that starts getting scary. It's nice to see him out here competing and as healthy as he is. Warriors set left side, ball dug, now we've got a violation. Someone up under the net from Pearl City.
I think Charette that time got caught up in the net. And I think Pearl City has got to take a timeout here and slow this Kamehameha machine down.
The Chargers were in it early at 4-3, but right now it's 10-4, and all Warriors will be back in a moment from Hilo. Welcome back to the Boys State Volleyball Championship, the Nissan Boys State Volleyball Championship. It is Kamehameha taking care of Pearl City in game one, 10-4. Don't count these Chargers out, a very feisty team. They showed tremendous emotion last night, and they're hoping to conjure up some of the magic they had against Iolani in the semifinals. They know they're up against a really tough team here. They say it would be like a fairy tale if they were able to pull off the upset tonight. So far they trail. They go inside, however, that time to Adams, and Adams picks up a kill. Side out back to Pearl City.
Adams, a smallish middle blocker. The program says 6'1". He looks more like 5'11", but he jumps like he's 6'3", so that's why he's in there.
Solid, though. The man is thick. Ana, big jump serve, looping jump serve, a lot of top spin. Miyashiro back set to Newble, and Newble's blocked but out of bounds. Got to turn those blocks back into the court.
Well, last night, Kapeha Wong right here blocked 2 in a row straight down on Iolani. Tonight, he's getting used a little bit, getting tooled on the outside.
Side out as the serve from Newble hits the net solidly. Back to Pearl City it goes. Some substitutions for the Chargers, and in to serve the ball up is Wyatt Hugh, just 5'4", a sophomore, obviously a defensive specialist. And there's a good look at Ponoma'a, head coach for Kamehameha. Here's Day, he cuts it cross court. That ball had a lot of cut on it. Pearl City handles it. They set left side. Wong with a shot that drops, and it's a kill for Wong and a point for the Chargers. And that helps them. It's now 10-5.
Well, that point was a long time in coming. There's 7 Warrior points in a row before the Chargers could finally get one and get off the 4 points.
Hugh with the serve. Miyashiro, that set is tight on the net. Good job of not going into the net. And a kill picked up left side. And who is that hiding over there? Tui Fangu.
It was a great fake by Noah Miyashiro in the middle. Meli Mai, a wonderful decoy that time. Hardy kind of got left behind and couldn't give the outside blocker any help.
Casey Brady in to serve for the first time. Pearl City sets the ball in the middle of Hardy, and he's blocked. Big Meli Mai.
Hardy's had his way pretty much tonight, but Meli Mai says enough is enough. And he just rejects that one.
You know, Kanani Souza's wondering, why is this guy not on my football team? This Meli Mai. He could play just about anything. And Meli Mai with another block.
This is his version of playing middle linebacker and plugging up the holes, huh?
He's a good run stopper.
Run stop, you're right.
Of course,
How about Houston Awa today with that last tackle?
Big win.
Talk about Kamehameha Warriors.
Big win for the University of Hawaii. Holding up Rice down the stretch. And a big point for Kamehameha as they get another block left side. Tui Fangu that time, putting up the wall with his buddy Meli Mai. And the Warriors can smell this one. They're within 2 points of capturing game number 1. It is 13-5, all Warriors in game 1.
Hilo Hatties is a proud sponsor of the Hawaii Sports Network.
Well, there's some Kamehameha fans liking what they see so far. Warriors up 13-5 on the Chargers from Pearl City. Pearl City looking for its first ever state volleyball championship and trying to win one for the OIA for the first time since Roosevelt. The Rough Riders did it back in 1979. So long ago, Chris, I was still in high school. Side out right there. That'll help the Charger cause as they set the ball right side to Kamehameha, and he picks up yet another kill.
Actually, it was Jonathan Charette. He picks up kill number 6.
Charette's got 6, not number 13, but number 12. Charette lines up the serve straight down the middle. He's got the green light to go with the jumper. He rips one out of bounds. Side out back to Kamehameha. You know, this state volleyball tournament started way back in 1969. The first school to ever win it, Hilo. And that's the last Neighbor Island team to ever win it. But it is certainly wonderful to be here in Hilo for this tournament. Kind of brings the whole thing full circle.
It's a great venue. It really is. And they have a wonderful spring tournament here every year. They call it the Highly Tournament. Teams from all over the world show up and play here.
Ioane Spencer handled the serve that time for the Warriors. Well, I must be wrong here because I'm looking out there for 23 and all of a sudden I don't see it. I must have seen 22. And an ace for Pearl City. An ace, get them that much closer. 13-6 now. Great job by Kapena Wong.
He really had his jumper working last night, ripping it down the line. That time it was down the middle.
And Kapena that time flips the net on the way over. He's got family here. You saw the Pena sign. Tuifangu for Kamehameha. Nice floater, handled easily by Kamehameha. There's a swing from the right side that goes long and out of bounds. Swinging away that time was John Charette. He'd like to have it back.
That's the first error of the night by Charette, so he's played pretty flawlessly so far.
Tuifangu deep into the Pearl City court. Kamehameha, no worries. Up front it goes to Hardy. He just dinks one over. Kamehameha, free chance. And Newble with a rare error.
That time Casey Brady was in the game. He's playing in the back row now for Vidina. And he set this up and didn't go where he wanted. It kind of slipped out of his hand. He's the backup setter, and that time the ball, I think, was wet or his hands were wet. And it just didn't get to the place it was supposed to.
So the Chargers fend off a first game ball by the Warriors, a game serve. And now the Chargers with the serve, left side to Newble. And it's a side out for the Warriors of Kamehameha.
Time Scotty Konecko getting caught up in the net. Melly Mai, who's got that great standing float. He goes all the way back as far as they'll allow you to go so you can pick up all the wind currents in this gym.
Melly Mai for game number 1. It's 14-6. The Warriors aren't ready to, the Chargers aren't ready to give up in game number 1 yet as Adams knocks down the kill.
That's his 3rd kill of the night. It's about what, it's a little over what he averages. He averages about 2 kills a game for this tournament.
Setter, Konecko with the serve. And that pass a little bit too long. A joust at the net comes back to Kamehameha, and we get a lift. So it is a point for the Chargers, and they're inching back in it. Still have a lot of ground to cover, down 14-7. Chris Konecko, 5'10" senior, playing in his last high school match. Hoping to live the dream. Into the Warrior court, ball popped up in the air. Too far over pass, and Kamehameha there to capitalize.
If Kamehameha has a weakness, let me tell you, they don't have many. It would be Ainoa Miyashiro at the net. He's a little on the shorter side. He gets above the net there, but he's not as big as the 6'6" blocker Melly Mai next to him.
Konecko has 2 straight points from the service line, looking for a 3rd. Newble left side is blocked. Kamehameha tries again, this time back set to Day. Day loops one over. Nice dig by the Chargers. Adams pokes it over, free chance for the Warriors, not much doing there. So here come the Chargers again. They go to Kamehameha, he is dug, and a miscommunication as 2 players collide. Newble running into Kimball. Neither one of them makes contact, and it is a 3rd straight point for this resurgent Charger team.
Well, the good news is 2 players aggressively went for the ball. The bad news is they ran into each other.
You don't want to do the campfire play and have the ball fall with no one going.
Yeah, exactly. As a coach, you don't want to see 2 players look at each other and let it fall between them. So I kind of like when 2 guys get aggressive like that and get after it.
Will it be the ILH winning a 28th crown, or will it be the OIA getting its 6th ever?
You know, one of the players that were involved in that little aggressiveness there was Kapena Kimball. You know, the players went to Kapena's house over the summer, did a little team bonding on Molokai, and Dad Ron took them out and had them do some team bonding activities, and I think it's one of the reasons why this team has such good chemistry. Now, Kamehameha looks like they're going to take a timeout. Brooks, they don't like the way the Chargers are starting to come back at them.
So Kamehameha calling the timeout as you take a look at the Pearl City team. Reed Shigemasa in his 9th year of coaching the Chargers. Chris, he's been to the state tournament every year. He's never been this far. There he is, Reed on the left wearing the lei. And this is his last match ever. He says it really hasn't sunk in, but he's moving on looking for a master's degree, wants to be a counselor.
Exactly, and maybe possibly an athletic director someday, but he may return to coaching, you never know. But you know what else? He's getting married. January 4th, 2003. Stephanie Shota, the Pearl City girls coach, will be here next week.
And if you're a volleyball fan in Hawaii, hey guys, you know that name.
Oh yeah.
Everyone knows Stephanie Shota. What a tremendous player she was.
Great defensive specialist. Oh yeah, she was terrific.
And I've never seen her without a smile.
Oh yeah, that's right. She was all those that effervescent smile. She can light up a room. And Reed's a lucky guy, and I think Steph's a lucky girl. Reed, last night I got to tell you, after that match, he came out and gave me a big hug, and he was in tears. He lost his voice. He was very emotional about getting over that hump of not getting 3rd place anymore.
And he is the guy that really prescribes to this is not just Pearl City. This is for not just the OIO, not just Pearl City, not just the OIO. This is for public schools, public school students, public school parents.
That's right. And also he said we're playing this for Campbell and Mililani, who were here but didn't get to the final. We're playing it for them. And in fact, the Pearl City team came and cheered on the Mililani team this afternoon.
Good look at Ponoma'a as action resumes. Pearl City with an opportunity here to pick up another point and close to within 4. Dink shot. Good job, though, of covering up by Newble. Kamehameha's day swings away. Ball partially blocked at the net. Here's the set. It's right side. Charette is dug. Miyashiro sets left side to Newble. Newble is dug. Chargers scrapping to keep this thing alive and to inch within 4 points. Now Warriors with an opportunity. Miyashiro sets the ball high. Goes to Newble. He's blocked. Blocked at the net. It is a combination of Adams and Charette getting it done defensively.
So much pride on this Pearl City team. They just do not want to go meekly into the night. Look at this. They just go up in there 6'2" and 6'3" there. There are a couple of 6'2"ers on Newble.
Kaneko serves. Miyashiro sets. And Newble with the big swing left side cross court. It's a kill.
That time Adams went up in the middle. He got faked out right there, so there's one-on-one on the outside. Isaac Newble will win that battle 90% of the time.
Even if Kamehameha is able to close it out and get point number 15 here, Pearl City's run right there, I think, will give them the kind of confidence to let them know that, okay, we may have dropped game 1, if indeed that happens, but hey, we can play with this team.
Exactly. This should give them a lot of confidence. And Kamehameha, meantime, has got to regain their respect for their opponent.
Jordan Miyashiro with the serve and an overpass into the net, and that'll be an ace for Jordan Miyashiro, and game 1 goes to the defending state champion Warriors from Kamehameha. They take game 1 15-10. Will Reed Shigemasa and his Chargers have enough fight to battle back and stretch this thing to 3 games? We'll find out. Stick around. We'll be right back in Hilo. It's the quarterback for Kamehameha who served that ball. Turned out to be an ace as the pass went into the net. Jordan Miyashiro with the ace. That closes out game number 1. Kamehameha defeats Pearl City 15-10. Now the question, can the Chargers bounce back and become state champions? Hey, we've crowned some state champions recently, and the Hawaii Sports Network would like to recognize all of those folks. How about Bronson Teramoto, who won for Kailua the individual state bowling boys championship, and for the girls out of Kapolei High School, it's Samantha Masuda. She is a tremendous bowler, and they've got a good bowling program going out of Kapolei. So congratulations to Bronson Teramoto and Samantha Masuda. And how about cross country? We've had that too out of Kamehameha. The boys, J.B. Bolston wins it. And for the gals from Iolani, the crown goes to Nicole Anderson. Congratulations, one and all.
Let's take a look at the game one statistics. And what jumps out right away certainly is the hitting percentage of Kamehameha, better than Pearl City's 333 to 250. More hitting errors by Pearl City, 8 to 5. That's going to hurt you every time. But look at the attempts by Kamehameha. They got 12 more attempts in which to score points. Service aces about even. Service errors even. Blocks, Kamehameha, the Great Wall of Kapalama, right there, 5 to 2. That's huge. That's a big difference. That made a big difference, I think, in the middle of game one was that big wall.
So much size on that Kamehameha team. So Ponoma'a and his Kamehameha Warriors, assisted by another former Rainbow Warrior volleyball player, Mike Among. They've been there for 7 years as a coaching tandem, doing a great job.
They've been a great coaching tandem. Individual leaders for the Kamehameha. Isaac Newble with 8 kills so far. Jarrett Day with 6 kills. Leading the way for the Chargers, Jonathan Charette with 6 kills. And Kale Ka'ana'ana, he's got a couple, but he's got 6. And Michael Hardy's the other one he's got 4 kills.
Chris Kaneko serves up the first ball here in game number 2. Chargers set today left side off the block and out of bounds, side out to Kamehameha as Jarrett Day picks up another kill.
Charette takes a nice step to the outside, goes straight up, but Day just works it off his inside hand and out of bounds.
Newble with the serve, ball popped up in the air. Kaneko back set, right side with the swing is Ka'ana'ana. Warriors handle it. They set Newble out of the back row. He is dug. Now a left side swing for Kamehameha. Ka'ana'ana is blocked. Chargers get it back. Wong pokes the ball over. Free chance for the Warriors. They set the ball to Tuifonga and he spanks it into the net, side out. Back to the Chargers. 0-0, game 2 of this state championship just underway. Kamehameha took game 1.
What a set by Miyashiro that time to the outside. Tuifonga, I think, was surprised to see the ball get to him.
Kale Ka'ana'ana, jump serve. Took something off that one, trying to cross up the Warriors. A lot of spin on that ball. Good job by Newble to handle it so smoothly. Now the back set. Big swing by Charette, and it's a kill. And a point for Pearl City. They're first on the board here in game number 2.
Oh, and a perfect set from Kaneko. He really held the middle. Millie Mai couldn't get to the outside because Adams was a great decoy. Credit Kaneko, part of that kill.
Ka'ana'ana with the serve. Newble pops the ball over to Miyashiro, who sets up back row player. He floats the ball over. Free chance, Warriors.
Once again, precise tapping by Pearl City. That time in the back row on the dig was Tyson Takaguchi. He made that whole play happen and got Millie Mai stuck up in the air again.
Ka'ana'ana looking for a 3rd point. Miyashiro back set. Hit cross court, partially blocked. 2 Pearl City players go after it. And it turns into a point for the Chargers. Well, maybe Lady Luck is smiling on Pearl City here in game number 2 because a couple loose balls went Kamehameha's way in game number 1. Maybe things are turning as Pearl City's jumped out to a quick 3-zip lead.
And again, you saw 2 aggressive plays by Charette and Adams that time. And that was certainly, I think, a key factor why they won that rally.
Here comes Kamehameha looking for the inside out, but a block by Wong, and it's a 4th straight point for Pearl City. And now they've got the crowd behind them, and now this place is a rockin'.
That time, Kapena Wong blocked solo. He did it twice against Iolani last night. And I've been waiting for it to happen again, and it showed up right there.
Ka'ana'ana on a roll from the service line, but that one flips the net.
A lot of people in Brooks are wondering, when will high school volleyball rules catch up with the college and international rules? I think it's a year or 2 away, but pretty soon that net violation right there won't happen anymore. Pretty soon there'll be rally scoring. Pretty soon there'll be a libero in high school. It's just a matter of time.
Kamehameha serves it up. Adams inside. He is blocked by Millie Mai. Chargers with another opportunity. Wong left side. He's partially blocked. Dug by the Warriors. Here comes Kamehameha on the attack. Tuifonga is stuffed.
Adam Tuifonga, one of the top under 15 players in the country. He's played on the youth national team, practiced in Colorado Springs. He is one of the premier players in his age group in the country. He got snuffed that time.
Adams.
Charette and Adams.
Charette and Adams goes to the bench. In comes Hugh to serve it up for the Chargers. There's a back set for Kamehameha, and that is a very business-like swing by Jarrett Day, who says, hey, we're down 4-zip, and I don't like it. It's not getting to 5. Boom, he takes care of business.
Potomac describes him as explosive. That ball did explode off his hand.
Yeah, it scared me a few rows back. And now Day with the serve, going with the right hand cross court, handled by Pearl City. Left side to Wong, great shot. He finds an open space. Kamehameha scrambling to keep it alive. Wonderful job of hustling, but Pearl City gets an opportunity. They set right side to Charette. Kill. Jonathan Charette.
Boy, does he sky or what? Jordan-like jumping ability. He gets way up that left hand of his. He gets at all sorts of crazy angles.
Look more like 4 feet than 40 inches. John Charette in front of mom and the grandparents. Top spin on that serve. Here come the Warriors. They set inside to Mele Mai, and he connects.
Big Willie Mele Mai. 4 kills a game, hitting 750 for the tournament. How about that for a big number from the big guy?
That's obscene. Tuifangu with the serve, straight down the line, and it's an ace by Tuifangu. When in doubt, you gotta go after it.
Here's a guy who's had so much adversity this year, missing 8 weeks of the season. Loving to be in the final, though.
Tuifangu, a little softer this time. Chargers handle it. They set right side. Charette with a little floater. Big kill. It's good.
What a perfect choice for a shot. I don't think he liked the set location, so he just pulls the trigger, yanks it back, and Kamehameha cannot cover.
It's not always about the guy who can hit it the hardest. It's about the guy who's got the touch and can find the seams, the creases, and the soft spots in the defense. And a nice job that time by Jonathan Charette, going with that off-speed shot.
10 kills tonight for the tournament. Charette averaging 5 kills a game. He had 22 last night against Kamehameha, against the Iolani. What a match he had.
Chargers up 4-2 here in game number 2. They dropped game number 1 by a score of 15-10. Chargers hoping to become only the 3rd OIA team to win a boys state volleyball championship. Roosevelt and Farrington, the other school. Farrington's got a couple wins. And there's Hardy inside, picking up a kill for Pearl City.
Hardy with kill number 5. He's the number 2 kill leader right now, behind Charette, who has 10.
The score stays at 4-2. Penna Wong with the serve. Inside they go to Mele Mai. A scrappy effort by Hugh to get down there and dig it, and then diving into the Kamehameha bench is Wong, but he couldn't get to it.
For the last 9 years, that play personifies Pearl City volleyball. They scrap, they dive, they'll go into the bleachers, they'll do anything. Reed Shigemasa, a terrific trainer of defense, taught these guys how to play volleyball. It's so fundamentally sound.
Served by Mele Mai, floats out of bounds. Pearl City will be serving. And you know some things about how Pearl City orchestrates their service opportunities.
Yeah, the 3 jump serving guys, Reed tells me, he just gives them the green light, the thumbs up, they stand back there and rip away. The 3 other guys who hit standing floaters, he gives them locations on the court. Kamehameha basically passes with 2 guys. Nubel is one passer and Tuifangu is the other, and basically he tells him which guy he wants him to serve. Usually it's the front court attacker. He wants to serve them deep, make them pass the ball, then have to run up to the net to hit.
So that time the coach, Reed Shigemasa, was sending in signals as to where the ball should go. Didn't work as well as he may have hoped. Side out to Kamehameha. 4-2 your score. Chargers are ahead of Kamehameha. That's OIA just in front of the ILH here in game number 2, but in game number 1, it was Kamehameha 15-10. We play best 2 out of 3. The setter, Miyashiro with the serve. Kaneko sets left side. Ana is dug, and now we have someone into the net. What was it?
Miyashiro might have been in the net there. It was called by the umpire, Darren Chun. Let's see if we can see on the outside. Watch 21 on the right side. Yep, that was Miyashiro just catching some cable.
So Kaneko drops back to serve for Pearl City with a 2-point lead. 4-2 your score. And just out of your picture on the other side of the floor. Kamehameha spending some time wiping up some perspiration.
One of the things about playing an off-foot Chinnan, by the way, very humid.
I'll tell you what, though.
These players are sweating. They're dripping wet.
Chris, I'll take it over Clum Gym anytime.
A lot of similarities, by the way, between these two gyms.
I'll take it over Clum Gym, though. It's a lot cooler in here and a lot brighter. Ball back in play. Newble pops it high to Miyashiro. Miyashiro sets Vidina, and Vidina getting the ball back for the Warriors.
Well, he's up quick, he's up early. Billy Mai has taught him well.
How about the acrobatic attempt by Takiguchi? You can see how athletic he is, just diving for that ball.
Playing that Smurf-like, flying Smurf defense.
Hey, every good team needs a couple Smurfs in that back row running around, keeping plays alive.
You're absolutely right. That's what Takiguchi and Hugh do for this team.
Isaac Newble, 6'3" senior, playing in what will be his last match.
There's Charlie Jenkins, the assistant coach of Kamehameha.
And Newble with an ace right down the right side. And that one really surprised Kapena Wong and the rest of the Chargers. They thought it was going wide, but it was good. An ace for Newble, 4-3 now your score. Kamehameha within one. Newble again, straight down the line. This ball is popped up in the air by Charette. Kaneko back set. Ana is dug. The overpass comes back to Pearl City. This time they'll go right side. Free ball now for the Warriors. Miyashiro back set into the net for Day that time. And back to Pearl City it goes.
Pearl City got lucky. Kaneko took an out ball, and they got lucky that Kamehameha hits this one into the net. Kamehameha had a free ball, should have converted on that. Free balls convert at about an 85% rate.
Kale Ka'ana, another senior for Pearl City. Seeing his last action as a Charger, and a block at the net by another senior Charette. A senior-laden squad has opened up a 2-point lead here on Kamehameha. 5-3 your score in game number 2.
Well, Jonathan Charette just skies, and this goes up by himself, blocks solo, forced it back in the court off Nelly Mai, or was it off, off Vidina?
There's one of the three guys that can rip that jump serve for Pearl City. Kamehameha sets the ball left side. Tui Fangu off the block and out of bounds. A kill for Tui Fangu. Side out back to the Warriors. The score will stay at 5-3. Pearl City up by 2. Vidina, the Pearl City native, with the serve long and out of bounds. Back to Pearl City it goes, and a lot of substitutions. Hardy and Hugh coming back into the contest.
Kamehameha with 9 service errors right now. Pearl City with 7. You know, Kamehameha doesn't care how many balls they serve out. They're going for aces almost every time. They know they can side out well.
Takiguchi with the serve. Tui Fangu passes the ball, then gets the set right back to him. Cross-court kill for Tui Fangu.
Smart shot, smart academician as well, about a 3.5 GPA in the classroom.
Jared Day, here's one of those jump serves you talked about, looking for the aces, that time dug nicely by Takiguchi, and a right side set goes to Charette, who goes cross-court with a cut shot, picking up a side out for the Chargers.
He looked like he hovered then, didn't it?
He just hung in the air,
he hung there and looked around, where was the defense, where's the ball? Okay, now I'll hit it away from him. Brilliant shot by Charette.
Youth, what a wonderful thing it is.
Oh, you used to do that in your youth? You telling me you used to hang in the air like that in your youth, Brooks? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, but I was only an inch off the floor. I had that Larry Bird leap, you know, the
famous credit card jump.
Yeah, exactly. I was going to say the newspaper, but the credit card was probably more right. You could just slip a credit card under my feet on one of my better jumps. Kamehameha got the side out. They serve it up. This ball tight on the net. Nele Mai floats it to the back row. Tui Fangu pokes it over. Free chance for the Chargers. They go to Hardy, and he gets a kill.
Hardy with kill number 6. Ana with 3. Kapena Wong, 3. Charette, 10. Michael Adams, 3. Fairly well-balanced attack.
Wong with the serve. Kamehameha on the attack, left side. Good hit by Newble, but dug even better by Pearl City. They set the ball left side. Kill for Ka'ana. And this Charger team not going away. away, in fact, leading, doubling up Kamehameha 6-3.
What a cut shot by Kamehameha that time. Wow, I think everybody got caught off guard on Kamehameha's side that time. He had a standing jump and not much of an approach. He cut it inside the 3-meter line.
Wong, as you can see, with one ace already, looking for number 2, hoping to extend a Pearl City lead. He's being very patient there as Kamehameha.
If I were to rate the jump servers in this tournament, he'd be in the top 3. I mean, when he gets it going, he can really get it going. He hits it hard with heavy, heavy top spin.
Give me another name or two. Your top 3-5 guys.
I like Jarrett Day's jump serve. I like Isaac Nubel's jump serve. I like Charette's jump serve.
And that one by Wong is good. You called it, buddy. It's an ace.
Everybody gets lucky once in a while.
I just jinxed him. Great call by you. Kapenna Wong has 2 tonight. 2 aces. And the Penna signs are out. Here he is, Kapenna Wong with the serve. Miyashiro back set. And out of the back row is Day. And it's out. It's out. And it's a point for Pearl City, and they've opened up their biggest lead at any point in this state championship match. They now lead by 5. It's 8-3. So Kamehameha up 1-0, but the Chargers battling back, keeping their title hopes alive.
Hilo Hatties is a proud sponsor.
And Chris McLaughlin, well, you don't see him, but you sure see his name. A man who has won more state crowns than any other coach.
Oh, shucks. Hey, let me tell you why the score is 8-3 right now. Kamehameha, 6 kills, 6 errors, are hitting 0-0-0. Pearl City, 9 kills, no errors, they're hitting 529.
Huge turnaround in hitting percentage for Kamehameha, going from over 400 to hitting 0-0-0. That serve by by Wong floats cross court and out of bounds.
And we can thank our crack statistician, Thomas Yoshida.
You know, when
a lot of people think he's just a basketball referee. No, he's got more talents than that.
When I show up and I see Chris McLaughlin and Thomas Yoshida, I know I'll be well taken care of, and we're going to have a nice smooth broadcast. As Kamehameha peppers one off the back row dig of Wong and out of bounds. That is a point for Kamehameha, but they're still 4 down. Your score here in game number 2 is Pearl City 8, Kamehameha 4. The Warriors took game number 1, 15-10, and that serve by Mele Mai slides into the net, side out back to Pearl City. 11 state championships, Chris McLaughlin. You were dominating the scene. You won your first in 72 and through 76. I believe took maybe some time off to coach a little basketball, and then won from 82 all the way through 88. Dominant.
I had some great players. You know, you can't win without great players, that's for sure.
Worthy of a Sports Illustrated Faces in the Crowd mention. For the Chargers, serving it up, the back row specialist, defensive specialist, Tyson Takiguchi. Tries to hit the spot that his coach tells him to find. An overpass that time gave Pearl City a free chance, but caught him off guard. So now there's the Warriors with an opportunity. They set the ball to Nubel. Nubel is dug by Wong, and now Wong out of the back row with the dink shot. Dug up by the Warriors, and now we have a whistle. Gets someone, over the net by Pearl City.
Charette, actually, when he attacked that ball, he was in front of the 3-meter line. He put his foot on that line, and then he tapped it over. And when you're a back row player, you can't attack the ball in front of that 3-meter line.
So he just touched the net on the way over.
No. He attacked it.
Touched the line on the way over.
Exactly.
And that's going to cost Pearl City an opportunity for a point as Kamehameha gets the time to side out. Chargers float one over. 3 opportunities for the Warriors. They go inside today, partially blocked, then dug. Ball tight on the net and outside of the antenna. Point for Kamehameha. Now it is just a 3-point contest. On the big board, it's Pearl City 8, Kamehameha creeping back. They've got 5.
I think it's important for Pearl City to take a timeout here pretty soon. I wouldn't let Kamehameha get past 8-6. Like right now would be a good time to slow things down. Use up that first timeout.
An ace. Another ace for Kamehameha. They're within 2. And just as you said, Chris McLaughlin, Pearl City coach Reed Shigemasa says, guys, let's talk it over. And I think more than talking it over, he just wants to slow it down here because Kamehameha was getting some momentum, reeling off 3 straight points and closing to 8 to 6. And there's Reed right there trying to make sure his guys maintain their composure. You know, you can help Oahu High Schools win awesome sports uniforms and equipment from Wilson and Adidas. Just buy Kraft and Metal Gold products at Times Supermarket with your Royal card. For more details, call 528-0221, extension 11. Shop and score with Kraft Foods Hawaii and Metal Gold Dairies. Valid only with participating Oahu High Schools. This promotion will end on December 3rd. You know, Ponoma'a has a whole cheering section watching tonight back on Oahu.
Yeah, he came over with his son Micah, brought him to this event, left his poor wife home, Lisa. Lisa's back there with 3 other children, and Pono's over here and says, "Hey, Chris, tell my wife hello and tell her the tournament's lasting a week. I'll send Micah home on the next flight, and I'm gonna stay up and watch the girls next week. Kamehameha girls in next week." You know, back to the Pearl City staff real quickly, Brooks. Justin Ole, first-year assistant for Reed Shigemasa, has done a terrific job. Reed wants to make sure that Justin gets his due credit because he has worked very hard this year to make this Pearl City team what it is.
Reed very happy with all his assistants, hoping one of them takes over when he departs next year. Pearl City with a serve that floats wide and out of bounds. So Kaneko will go back for Pearl City. So the bleeding stopped right there, and that was very important. That's why Reed called that timeout. So the timeout works. Now Kaneko with the serve. Can Pearl City build on its 2-point lead here in game number 2? Day with the serve and all over the net for Pearl City. That time was Charette. You rarely see someone touch that much net. I mean, elbow, arm, chest, belly button.
He had a little bit of everything, you're right. Normally a very good body control kind of a guy at the net, too.
Just lost his position on the court. Newble with a fantastic serve. Adams inside. He is dug. Here come the Warriors on the attack again. Ball just floats over from Tui Funga. And that pass off the net. Great job by Kaneko picking it off the net, setting the ball back, and Pearl City with a side out.
How about Kapena Wong making an alert play? It was a broken play, really. A lot of guys just bumped the ball over. It comes off the net here. He could have just bumped it over. Instead, he alertly rips it down the line, catches Miyashiro sneaking up early out of that back right position.
That's vision. That is just great vision.
It was great vision.
Now, this game started with that man, Kale Ka'ana'ana, serving it up and getting 4 quick points from Pearl City. They've had the lead in game number 2 ever since. Let's see if he can get another mini run going here. Another nice serve. Newble with the pass up front. Kamehameha is dug. The Chargers set left side, and they hit long and out of bounds.
What a dig by Tyson Takiguchi to keep it alive. Here's the set by Kaneko. And again, there's an avoidance of that big Kamehameha block. It doesn't miss by much. Missed the block by about an inch and missed the back line by about an inch.
Sometimes maybe you just
2-inch miss.
Maybe take something off and come down a little and try to tool the ball off them.
Exactly. And they're learning as they go along. They haven't faced this kind of competition all year. Mililani gave them a good rub. They went 3 games with a very good Mililani team, but other than that, a fairly soft schedule. So it's tough to be ready for when the ball's traveling this fast against a team like Kamehameha.
Breedy back in for Kamehameha. He serves the ball up. Chargers go right side. They find Charette and his cross-court shot off the forearm of the Kamehameha defender and out of bounds, side out back to Pearl City. So the Chargers appear to have at least weathered the storm for now, and they're clinging to that 2-point lead, 8-6. If you're just joining us, Kamehameha took game number 1, 15-10, but have trailed from the outset here in game 2. Bele Mai tight on the net.
Good call by Denise Hansen. That pass was very close to the net. I know Miyashiro tried to save it from going over, and as he saved it, he massaged it a little bit too long with one hand underhand. I thought she made a good call on that one.
Adams with the serve, little spin on that one. Miyashiro backs it to Day. Hardy at the net, but he blocked it down on his own side. Just not enough of the big mitt on that ball to push it back over the net. Side out Kamehameha. But Pearl City managed to get a point off Ka'ana'ana's serve. And it is now Pearl City 9, Kamehameha 6.
Another year of playing, and Hardy won't block that ball. That was being face passed over. He would have been better off just backing off the net, not offer up his arms as tools, and instead just get the free ball and run a play.
Jarrett Day from right here in Hilo rips the serve. Charette passes it off the net, and Kaneko cannot pick it off the net cleanly. So it is an ace for the local boy, Jarrett Day.
5 aces for Kamehameha. Jared Day, he's one of the ones I love his serve. He's got the little sidewinder coming up and really spins and dives to his left.
Let's see what he unleashes right here. It's another rocket, and this one is down the line, and it's another ace for Jared Day.
What versatility. The first one, he hit cross court and hit it hard cross court, spinning and diving away from the receivers to their right. That time, it went to their left. That's like a screwball.
And now, Chris, who knows what's coming? Fastball, is it the changeup? Will it be the screwball? Now he goes back to that first serve, and it's another ace for Jared Day. 3 straight, and he's tied this contest 9-9. Great performance by Jared Day.
He's got 4 aces on the night, 3 in a row, and I think Schrett might have taken an out ball then. Looked like he was standing right on the line when he passed that.
Wow, Jared Day, you talk about a team that was really having to work for its points, and all of a sudden, boom, 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 it's tied. 9-9, your score in game number 2.
Polama'a said this guy can take over a game. He's doing it right now.
Great serve that time again, but Pearl City up to the task. They floated over. Free chance for the Warriors. Tuifungu is dug. Now Wong takes something off that one. Nice diving dig that time. Was it Newble who got down on the floor, got dirty. Pearl City now with another chance. They send it to Charette, off the block, off the antenna, out of bounds, and over to Chris McLaughlin, who tries to keep it in play. But it is a, oh wait.
Well, there's gonna be, watch this play now. The ball goes off the block, hits the antenna, and goes out. There's gonna be, I think there's going to be a
Are they going to say
controversy here.
That it hit the antenna before the block? Is that what they're calling? Because I saw that as a Pearl City point.
It definitely was. It should have been a Pearl City point. This is a big play because we're in the middle of game 2. Pearl City had a big lead. Denise Hansen's explaining it. The replay clearly shows the ball went off the block and then hit the antenna.
That's what I thought.
Good timeout call by Reed Shigemasa to get his troops calmed down.
And we're going to short things out. They put 10-9 up on the big board, and that clearly off the block, off the antenna, and out of bounds. Not exactly sure what that call is. But it will be Kamehameha serving by all indications. And Reed Shigemasa, the head coach for Pearl City, is at the scorer's table right now, and he is pleading his case. While he makes his argument, we'll take a timeout and come back with more of this championship live from Hilo on the Big Island. We've sorted things out here on the Big Island, and Kamehameha on a 4-0 run. Kamehameha had served that ball. They ruled that the kill attempt hit the antenna before the block. It is a point for Kamehameha, so the Warriors enjoy now their first lead here in game number 2. It's 10-9, and it is now 11-9 as that block attempt by Charette is unsuccessful.
And look who's at the end of this play right here. Looks like it's Isaac Newble, once again, the go-to guy.
Day's been dangerous from the service line, but this one hits the top of the net. So the 5 straight points by Kamehameha stopped at least momentarily. Side out to Pearl City. 11-9 your score. The Chargers had been ahead almost all of game number 2, but all of a sudden Kamehameha has taken a 2-point lead, and that serve into the net. Costly error at this point of the contest for Pearl City, which needs to win this game to stay alive, because Kamehameha took game 1 15-10. Tuifungu, Charette, Kaneko high in the air, back to Charette. Good job by Tuifungu of digging it. Kamehameha floats it over. Takiguchi keeping it alive for the Chargers, and off the block and out of bounds. Side out for Pearl City as Wong picks up another kill.
Big swing by Kapena Wong that time to keep the Chargers in this. They cannot let Kamehameha get much further ahead after that big momentum shift by Jarrett Day's service aces.
Wong with the serve, floats one cross court. Miyashiro goes all the way to Newble, and a good job, Takiguchi getting it up, keeping it alive for Pearl City, but the Warriors are on the attack again. Newble! No stopping that. Even if someone had popped it up in the air, Pearl City was on the net. Side out back to Kamehameha. Mai will leave the contest. Kimball will come in to serve. Kamehameha Kimball, the Molokai kid. Kamehameha needs 4 points to win its second consecutive state boys championship. And a joust at the net won by Isaac Newell. 12-9.
Isaac Newell killed number 11. He's leading the Warriors with plays like that. Very experienced player, played many Junior Olympics. He's got it all.
And the momentum has gone back certainly to Kamehameha. Kimball with the serve. Here's Charette from the right side. He cuts it way too much. That's another point. Kamehameha is within 2. I'll tell you though, Charette may have missed the shot, but his legs are still jumping. He had every bit the height on that jump that he had earlier in the contest. The left side set by Kaana. Ana is blocked, and Kamehameha is on the verge of celebration.
Newell and Vidina that time ganging up on Kaana. That's a big-time block out there.
Kamehameha Kimball will drop back to serve for the match.
And in for the Chargers, 5'7" senior Corey Tavares into the game, plays him back row.
Kimball with the serve. Kapeha. And Pearl City staying alive by setting it to Hardy inside and hitting it off the block.
Hardy goes high once again. They've gone away from him for a while. He finally gets another set. It's been tough because Pearl City hasn't been passing as well as they would have liked. He's got 7 kills now.
He put his arm, his shoulder, his whole body into that swing. Takiguchi with the serve deep into the Kamehameha court and beyond the Kamehameha court. So it is match ball number 2, Aloha ball number 2 for Kamehameha coming up. And with the honors, the quarterback, Jordan Ainoa Miyashiro. Miyashiro with the serve. Pearl City. Kaneko sets inside to Adams. He's blocked at the net. Warriors have the ball. Newell floats one over. Chargers on the attack. Left side they go to Kaana. Blocked at the net. Kamehameha has won it. Bedlam as the Warriors celebrate their second consecutive state championship and their 4th boys volleyball championship in state tournament history. Congratulations to Pono Ma'a and his Kamehameha Warriors.
There goes the conch shell. You can feel the mana in Afuakchinen Auditorium right now.
Only in the islands do you get this passion over volleyball, and certainly only here do you get conch shells as part of the celebration. Kamehameha. Too much as Pearl City jumped out to a big lead there in a game they had to win. Up 4-0, up 8-3 at one point, but Kamehameha lowers the boom, winning game number 2, 15-9. And Kamehameha sweeps to a second consecutive state championship, 15-10 and 15-9. When we come back, we hope to talk to some of the winners. In Hilo, where Kamehameha has just secured its second straight state championship, defeating Pearl City 15-10 and 15-9. And what a finish by Pono Ma'a's Kamehameha Warriors, outscoring Pearl City down the stretch 12-1. Kamehameha took game number 1 15-10. And remember, the Chargers bounced back in game number 2, showing their resilience, bouncing back and jumping out to a 4-0 lead, extending it to 8-3. Pearl City looked to be in the driver's seat, but Kamehameha bounces back and closes things out with a 12-1 run. The Warriors are your 2002 Nissan Boys State Volleyball champions. My buddy Chris McLaughlin with a very happy Pono Ma'a.
All right, Pono, congratulations, and you're down 8-3, you're down 9-6, and faster than you can say Jarrett Day, the Warriors lit it up.
Yeah, we did. I mean, Jarrett was hot, no doubt about it. We had a lot of service errors, and we talked about it, but we wanted to stay aggressive. At the same time, we just couldn't keep most of our balls in. But I thought if we just could side out for a while, we could figure it out. And when we did start serving well, I thought we could score.
You got great play out of your seniors, Day and Newble especially, I thought, came through with big-time performances, and I know Miyashiro, what a setter.
Yeah, you know what? We talked about spreading it out all year long. And, yeah, Isaac and Jarrett were go-to players, but I thought everybody stepped up. I thought Willie did a good job in the middle, shutting down their quick attack. And then, you know, everybody took a piece at the end of the game just to help make points.
You had a great coaching staff this year. I want to give some recognition to them. They never get mentioned. Let's talk about those guys real quick. Go ahead and name them.
Okay, I got Mike Among, who's my assistant coach. I also got Charlie Jenkins, who brings a lot of experience to the program. And then Jake Pacaro is our volunteer assistant coach.
And finally, your respect for this Pearl City Charger team. They played an awful lot of heart.
Oh, they are a tough
and they
team.
beat a team that you couldn't beat one time this year.
Right. No, they're a tough team. They got great ball control like everybody knew, but they're bigger than usual, so they could get out of trouble. They serve tough. I didn't think they missed a serve the whole first game. I mean, they were tough on the service, and it put us in trouble. But once we figured it out, we were able to take care of business.
Pono, you're back-to-back state champions. Congratulations. You're going for 3 in a row next year.
Right, well, we're going to enjoy this one first, and then we'll get started come August, I guess.
All right, back to you, Brooks.
Thank you very much, Chris and Pono. Again, our heartfelt congratulations to Pono Ma'a, a terrific guy, and his Kamehameha Warriors. They keep the string intact for the ILH, folks. That's 23 straight state championships for the ILH. A dominant performance tonight by Kamehameha. We're going to take a timeout. When we come back, we're going to hear from Chris McLaughlin. He's going to have our player of the game, or at least one of the stars. Stick around. It's the Hawaii Sports Network on OC16.
Chinnan, I've got the Meadow Gold player of the game with me right now, Isaac Newble, last year's state player of the year. And Isaac, I got to ask you, what was it like this year compared to last year?
It was awesome. I mean, this year I felt a little bit more comfortable on the court, knowing that we had a lot of veteran players coming back. But it was a new feeling. We played hard, but it was just a little bit of a different feeling from last year. It was a little bit more shaky at first, but once we got in the rhythm, it flattened out real nice.
Any shouts you want to give out to Big Willie or Jarrett Day? Both those guys had pretty good matches tonight, along with Inoue Miyashiro.
Yes, they did. Jarrett Day, coming from a little bit of playing time last year, came up big tonight. He had a bunch of aces, and he just came up real big. I was surprised he was going to come up that big. And Big Willie, of course, he's the presence at the net, and as they found out, he's up there to block.
You know, a lot of people don't know this, but this whole team chemistry started in Kavela, Molokai this summer when you guys started your team bonding. How much do you think that helped you to win the state championship?
I thought it was great. It brought back all the guys, see how everybody was doing. Brought back all the veterans, talk about what's up in the new season and everything, and just gave us a little starting point for our season.
And final question, where are you going to go next year?
That's a tough one. I got an offer from Northridge University. It's a D1 school. I'm still talking with them, and hopefully waiting on some other offers.
All right, congratulations on a great year. This is one of the most humble guys you'll ever meet, folks. He can play some volleyball. I hope you play great at the next level, and congratulations on another state championship. We'll be back with more from Afuk Chinnan Gymnasium right after this.
And this is the play of the game. It's match point, Chris.
To try to avoid that huge block, and there's the state championship trophy that Kamehameha will take home. Pearl City's going to take one home too. just a little bit smaller.
Pearl City, you got to give them some kudos for coming out here and playing so tough tonight. What a fun team that is to watch. But again, it is Kamehameha, as you see Pearl City getting its team picture. You know what? I don't think
They
they're
deserve
too
a
upset
smile.
with this. I don't think they're too upset at all.
No, they deserve a smile. They played great. They had a wonderful tournament. They beat a very good Iolani team last night. And they played hard all night long to the very last point. Credit Reed Shigemasa. Congratulations, Reed, on 9 great years. Let's hope you come back someday.
And congratulations on being engaged to the wonderful Stephanie Shota. We wish them well in their marriage. Getting married, I think, January 4th.
January 4th, 2003.
You know, the volleyball impressed me, but maybe the most impressive thing was listening to young Isaac Newble out there. What a well-spoken young man, and these kids have just been terrific to us. But I got to throw this in there. He's our player of the game, no doubt. But Jarrett Day, boy, a case could be made for him. 11 kills, 4 aces, and Chris, he was the guy that was in the middle of the most pivotal point in the game. When Pearl City was up 9-6 in game 2, he served 3 straight aces, 3 of his 4, and that got Kamehameha back to 9-9, and after that, the floodgates were open. Kamehameha just steamrolled Pearl City, moving on to a 15-10. 15-9 victory.
Turned the game around by himself, as Ponoma'a predicted he might do. He's the kind of explosive player who can do that kind of a thing and take a game into his own hands. Certainly he did at 6 serving 9. He lit it up.
Good fun tonight. Kamehameha winning a 23rd state championship for the ILH. It's 2nd in a row. It's 4th ever. This Kamehameha program is right where Ponoma'a wants it to be. Chris, before we say goodnight, we'd certainly like to thank Tien Dowling, our coordinating producer, for her fine work, and the man sitting to your right, who is like a comfort blanket anytime you show up to do a ball game, Thomas Yoshida, the man. The man. We'd like to thank them. It is a delight to work with you, and something tells me we might be back here next week.
I think we will, and that should be a lot of fun. That's going to be a dynamite weekend. Watch out for that girls' tournament. They got some great volleyball teams.
All right, folks, we appreciate you all watching. Our Neighbor Island crew, great job tonight. The Hawaii High School Athletic Association's Nissan Hawaii Boys Volleyball State Championship has been a presentation of the Hawaii Sports Network, proudly sponsored by Nissan Hawaii, Shift, Citibank, it's worth it to switch, and by Meadow Gold Dairies, Hawaii's Dairy.